everyone, Dancing for Him family. I'm here today to talk to you about Pastor Lynn's divine choreography tips and techniques. Some of the things I'm going to talk to you about are in the duet dancing part of the video. So here are some tips and techniques that you can use when you duet dance. First of all, something that you want to be aware of is not to mimic or copycat your partner throughout the entire dance. So you wouldn't want to do an entire dance side by side, doing lateral moves together throughout the whole dance. That can get a little bit boring, not as interesting maybe as it could be. And also, you don't want to do the same mimicking repetition facing each other throughout the whole dance. So those are just a couple of pointers when doing duet dance of what not to do. However, you can use some of those repetitious moves throughout the dance as long as you incorporate some of the other techniques that can be used in duet dancing that will make it much more interesting and full in its complete wholeness. So here are some of those things that you can do. One technique would be called meeting and parting. So your partner and you could meet at some point throughout the dance. For example, my partner and I might meet face to face and hold our hands up together, and that would be meeting. We could step away to part from one another, and we could come back in to meet one another again. Another example of meeting and parting might be if my partner was standing to the side of me and we both moved forward away from each other in a circular movement and then came back together. For example, if my partner was to my left, which would be your right, we would both walk out. I would go to my right, circle around. She would be circling around as well. We could meet together and then come together after parting. So that would be meeting and parting. A specific thing you don't want to do in meeting and parting is if you meet and part, don't part for a long time. Don't separate from one another and stay separated. You'll cause a visual void in the dance, and that will make a little confusion for your viewers. So remember, when you meet and part, to come back together. Okay, so that would be one concept. Another idea would be leading and following. So perhaps I would be the leader and my partner would be behind me, and I would lead in the dance, whatever that movement might be, from one side of the stage to the other, forward, back, or on a diagonal, and my partner would follow. Now, just because you're leading and following doesn't mean you have to mimic the same exact movements, okay? So if I were the leader, I could maybe do some open arms up and high, and my partner, who may be following behind me, may be sweeping out low or doing some kind of movement that would complement what I'm doing. So there's a lot of variety that can be added to leading and following. So that would be another concept that you could add to your duet dancing. I'd like to just give you one more for duet dancing, and that's levels. So when dancing with a partner, you could create more interest in your dance by having different levels. You could have high and low, and you could shift from one person being high to the other person being low. You could definitely have one very low and one kind of mid height, so you don't have to be high and low. You can be low and medium, or you can be very low and high. Those are just some different ideas on the different heights, high and low, or we call that different levels. So those are some concepts that you can do during your duet dancing. I hope to see lots of duets, and hope you have a great day.